Thanks for clicking on this video. We're going to talk about a new word that I made up. I'm excited. My first new word, maybe, speckle. Maybe it's an acronym. It's speckle, SPQL. That's my new word. We're going to talk about that in this video and what it means for you as a buyer or a seller in the real estate world today. And we're also going to talk about NAR. That is an acronym I did not make up. That is the National Association of REALTORS. And we're going to talk about the recent settlement that went into effect mid-August across the country and what that means to you. I'm going to throw some golf balls up here. We're going to talk about golf balls and NAR. It's going to be exciting, so stick around for that. But first, let's get back to my new word, speckle. What is it? It's kind of like a roadmap or a thought map for you. If you are in the market to buy a house now, or you might be soon, you definitely want to be thinking about these speckle things. And if you think, man, I know what to think about when I'm buying a house, this is too easy.
Too easy.
Well, you could be right. Maybe it is too easy. You can still stick around and drop a comment down below there if you can help out the other viewers. Maybe there are things that we don't talk about in this video that you think are important. So have at it. Grab your bowl of Doritos or Takis or whatever it is you're eating. Oh, recently I've been eating the fried plantain chips. Love those. Grab your snack, watch the video, help us out, and I'm going to give you the first letter. Even though I know it's easy, I'm going to give you the first letter of speckle. It is S for specifications. It is pretty simple. What do you want or what do you need in a house? We're going to assume you need a place to sleep, you need a place to cook, and you need a little boys or girls room. But once we have those basics covered, what is your list of specifications that you're looking for? How many bedrooms and bathrooms do you want or need? Do you have family that's going to be coming or going? And I mean to visit or maybe permanently. Maybe your kids are getting older, they're going to be moving out on their own, you need less space. Maybe you have kids coming home or you have in-laws coming home and you're going to be doing an in-law suite thing, so you need more space for in-laws. What about square footage overall?
My house is too small.
Are you upsizing? Are you downsizing? Are you right-sizing, as they say? We're going to get into that right, happy spot where we need to be because we don't need this much space. Or we're a little cramped. We might need a little bit more space to feel good. During COVID, this was a big thing. A lot of people decided to jump and move because they were stuck inside for a long period of time and they realized, hey, I want a place where I can be that's more comfortable for me. And everyone has their different comfort levels. So you might be comfortable in 851 square feet or you might want 3,000 square feet. I don't know what that is, but we're still only on the S of speckle, and that's something that you want to think about. Do you want a basement or a garage? I have talked to some clients who say, nope, don't want a basement, don't want to deal with it, I've had too many problems. Or they say, I absolutely need a basement. I like it for the extra living space. I like it for the storage. Same thing with garage. I got to store my antiques somewhere, or I collect this, or I work on vehicles. So you might be someone who says, I absolutely want a garage, or I absolutely want a basement, or you might be someone who says, not a big deal to me. Why is this all important? It's going to help you, whoever you're moving with, get on the same page, and your realtor get on the same page, so we all know what we're looking for together and we're all aiming for the right target. How about a yard? Pets, kids, fence, no fence, steep, level. What kind of yard do you want, or what kind of yard do you need? What things might be able to be fixed, upgraded, changed to fit your needs if the situation is right? I almost gave away the next letter. All these different criteria are yours, and it's important for you to know exactly what you're looking for. And one of the things that I can do for you is set you up on an auto alert email. And when I do that, I'm going to be able to pick out the different things that we're looking at. I can choose to search your area based on a map or based on a county and city situation. So here, let's pull up the map and we'll go to Lynchburg, Virginia, and we'll just kind of zoom out. And then I can draw on this map. I can put a circle around it. I can get a polygon. We can try to get you a certain distance from somewhere. And then we can put in here the price range, again, the bed, the bath, the square foot, all this criteria, so that when things hit the market that are within your criteria, you get it right away in your email. Now, that email can be immediate, it can be daily, it can be weekly. We can set up a bunch of different parameters and we can tweak it as we go. Okay, our next letter is P. But before we get to P, let me remind you about me. I am JD Miller. I do work with that little international real estate company, eXp Realty, and I would love to connect with you if you were thinking about moving to in or around the Lynchburg, Virginia area, or if you want to sell in the Lynchburg, Virginia area. You have my name and number. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. As always, I do greatly appreciate it if you like, comment, or subscribe to the video. It is nice to see those numbers kind of climb up on the ticker. Comments are especially helpful if you have questions or if you have something to add to the conversation that might help other viewers. We all greatly appreciate that, and I do appreciate you taking your time to watch these videos. I know you can be doing a bunch of different things, and hey, it's just me trying to get to 1 million subscribers. Who cares about JD? I'm never going to get to 1 million subscribers, nor do I need to, but it's great to connect with people this way. So thank you for watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Okay, the next letter, P. This is too easy, right?
Too easy.
Price. Hear me out here. Hear me out. Yes, of course, you need to think about your budget. You need to think about how much you can afford, how much you want to afford. What can you spend or do you want to spend on a monthly basis for your new house? One of the first things you can do is check a mortgage calculator. And I'm going to put the link for my website here below, but you can jump on my website, go up to the top here, hit mortgage calculator, and then you can type in the numbers that you're thinking about. Right now, I think as I'm making this video, the interest rate is around 6.56% or so for a 30-year fixed mortgage. So you can type in your loan amount, you can type in the interest rate amount, and if you know the taxes and the insurance, you can type those in. It'll give you a good general idea of what your monthly payment would be. We never want to look at houses that are not within your reach, and we also don't want to miss houses that could be within your reach. So mortgage calculator is a good first step. Another great first step or second step or step 1A is talk to a mortgage lender. That is a great thing to do because they have their thumb on the pulse of the interest rates in the market just as much of, well, somewhat more than realtors. I mean, mortgage lenders do mortgage lending stuff, so they know the market. They know what's out there. They have different products. If you have a lender you love to work with, contact them. If you don't have a lender you love to work with, contact me and I will get you connected to 1, 2, or even 3 lenders if you want. You can talk to them, tell them your situation, run your numbers, be in a good position to know what you can afford. And what are some of the things lenders look at? Debt to income ratio. How much debt are you required or obligated to spend to pay back? What's your income coming in? What's your job history? What's your credit score? These are things that are important, and if they're not perfect right now, lenders can help you do this, do that, do the other thing to move your credit score up and put you in a better position. So I've always said, talk to a realtor, talk to a lender. Those are the things you want to do right out of the gate, getting started while you're looking at homes. I think this is a great position to talk about the NAR settlement. If you know all about the NAR settlement, you don't care about the NAR settlement, you have all the information you need, then go ahead, jump up to the video right here at this time mark, and you can skip on to letter Q. But for those of you that are still want to stick around and talk about NAR and get some information, let me try to explain to you just briefly, bullet points, what the NAR settlement means for you, the agent you're working with, and buyers or sellers in general. How do we write an offer when we want to make an offer on a house? How close do we need to be to list price? What are some of the numbers that are involved in writing an offer now that the NAR settlement has gone into effect in mid-August 2024? If you and I work together, we're going to get into all these details, but I don't want to give away all the secrets here in this video, just in case we're in competition. What if you want 123 Main Street and I'm representing you, and Sally and Joe want 123 Main Street too? We can't give them all the dirt here, okay? So we're going to keep some of this stuff close to the vest, but let's go over some of the bullet points. Number 1, commission offered from a seller to a buyer's broker, the agent representing a buyer, used to be listed right in the MLS, and you could see it, your agent could see it. It would say 3%, 2.5%, 5%, 8%. Yes, some residential properties offered 5%. Some land offers 8, 10%. It would be right in the MLS. That is not happening anymore. You will not be able to see it on the internet. I will not be able to see it in the MLS. if a seller is offering compensation to a buyer broker. Number two, sellers may still offer compensation to a buyer broker, but they've made it more clear, although it's always been this way, sellers have never been forced to do that. So that is a conversation that's going to happen between a seller and their agent listing their home, and then between a listing agent and a buyer's agent. What compensation, if any, is being offered? It's a separate conversation that'll need to be had, or your agent, as the buyer's agent, can write into an offer to a seller that this offer is contingent on the seller paying directly the buyer broker to cover some or all of the buyer broker fee that has already been agreed upon by the buyer and their agent. This brings us to step number 4, that buyers and their agents will sign a buyer broker agreement before they go look at houses. And part of that buyer broker agreement is going to say, I as the buyer am going to pay Realtor Rob 4 golf balls in order to represent me. This buyer broker agreement is going to be signed before you even go look at houses, and it's going to say that you as the buyer are going to pay Realtor Rob 4 golf balls. You're responsible for those 4 golf balls. If the seller is agreeing to pay something to the buyer broker, then we'll find that out either in the offer or by the agents talking to each other, and they might say, hey, I'm going to cover 4 golf balls. But if they don't cover 4 golf balls, let's say your buyer broker agreement says you're going to pay Realtor Rob 4 golf balls. The seller says, you know what, I'm only paying 3 golf balls. That's all you're getting from me, 3. Then you guys are going to have to talk and figure out what's happening to this 4th golf ball. Who's covering that? Is the realtor going to work for less? Or is the buyer going to go ahead and pay that 4th golf ball according to their buyer broker agreement? Now, the fact that you sign a buyer broker agreement, that's been the law in Virginia since 2012, although most realtors have not done it. Now they are doing it because they know this is saying how I'm going to be paid. It's no longer part of the MLS system. It's extra steps in communicating, writing in offers, negotiating. There are extra things to do to make sure the compensation is transparent and spelled out. And number 5, if you pay Realtor Rob directly, you say, yep, here are your golf balls, Realtor Rob. I'm giving it to you directly. You can do that, and you either have that money in the bank that you're going to pay at settlement, or there are some creative ways to work with your lender. You can't finance it specifically, but there are some steps you can do. For example, you want to put down 10%, maybe you put down 7% because you love this house, the seller's not offering anything, you need to cover that 3% for Realtor Rob. So you take that 3% away from 10%, you actually put 7% down and pay your buyer broker the 3% from that number. So you want to talk to your realtor, you want to talk to your lender to make sure you are covered and you are doing things the right way and you're not putting yourself in any jeopardy. We're up to Q already. Q is for, can you guess? Quality. Now, I think of this as kind of 2 terms, a broader term and a more fine term. Broader, fixer-upper, move-in ready, somewhere in the middle. You know, I can move in, but it's outdated. It's going to need updates and things to be brought into today's world. That's the kind of bigger overall picture. Finer terms as far as quality, I think quality finishes. I don't want carpet. I want all hardwood or all luxury vinyl or all tile. I want granite or what's the word I'm looking for? Granite. Not Corian. Corian was back in the day. Quartz. I want granite or quartz countertop. Or do you care if it's Formica? Do you care if it's butcher block? These are quality things to think about and talk about. I don't care if it's a plastic shub, a shower tub combination. No, I want a tile walk-in shower. I want a soaking tub. I want a big, I almost said gourmet. That's not right. I want a big glamorous bathroom. Now here's where you might want to adjust your buyer and seller hat. As a buyer, you're looking at houses that are on the market, active, available for you to purchase. You are going to do a comparison. If this house is for sale for $300,000 and this house is for sale for $310,000, what's the difference? Does the $310,000 have soft closed drawers, high-end cabinets, quartz countertop, tiled bathroom? Does the $300,000 have Formica, shaggy carpet, flowered wallpaper? What's the difference? Or is a $300,000 and a $310,000 essentially the same across the board. If it's the same across the board, generally speaking, you're going with the $300,000 house. It's a competition and it's a comparison. That's what buyers do. Sellers, you should be aware of that also. You should know buyers are comparing your home to other homes. So you want to have a conversation with whatever agent you're working with to say, is this a reasonable assessment of what's going on in the market today when I list my house? Should I list it for 3 or 320 or 350? What's the number I can list this for when we look at other homes that have just recently sold or have been active or are active on the market? It's a competition. You don't want to drive people to the other houses. You want to bring them to your house. We are on to the letter L, and this is going to be a clue. Where can you find me? You know where to find me, right there. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email anytime you would like to. I would be happy to connect with you. And if you're still around watching this video and you haven't done it yet, please do like, comment, or hit that subscribe button. And since that was a great clue, you know what L stands for: location. What matters to you as far as location? This can be very general. I want to be somewhere east. I want to be somewhere near mountains. I want to be somewhere near water. My friends, Bart and Amy, did this when they moved from San Francisco to Lynchburg. They started off with a vision board. What are the things we want? What do we want to be around? What do we want to be near? What do we want to be a part of? And now they are here in the Hill City, been here for 1 year, and they're killing it. And how can you learn more about Bart and Amy and their journey? Well, my friend Bart has an awesome podcast called Small Town Secret Sauce. I'm going to put the link in the description. You can click on there. He just released his 1-year move anniversary episode. So he talks a little bit about what it was like to get here. And then he has numerous other episodes with other people in the community. I'm not going to do his spiel because I'm telling you, this guy's a good podcaster. He has a good voice. He has a good delivery. He's got a good tagline, punchline, whatever you want to call it, helping you succeed in small town, entrepreneurial, do your thing. He does it much better than I do. So check out the link in the description. Click on it. Listen to Small Town Secret Sauce. Everyone's journey is different, but this is location. One of the first things we have to figure out. Maybe you're searching around on YouTube and you just came across this channel. You don't really know where you want to end up, but now Lynchburg, Virginia is a possibility for you. Maybe you've already been dialed into Lynchburg and you're just finding this channel, or you've been watching for a little while now and you know you want to come to Lynchburg. But the overall general thing is, where do I want to be? Small town, big city, river, water, lake, mountains, beach, whatever that is. Big kind of overview of location. Then we got to dial it into more specifics. Do you want to be a certain distance from work or school or family? Do you want to live in town or out of town? Walking distance to something, or you don't mind getting in the car and driving to the grocery store? What about an HOA? Does that bother you? Do you not care? Do you see positives with an HOA? Do you hate trains or do you love trains? This is definitely unique to you, and you need to know what you want, and you need to tell your realtor, this is what I want, so we can be on the lookout for you and get you in the right location. That is SPQL, specifications, price, quality, and location. Those are all things you need to think about. And you got the little NAR business with the golf ball examples to think about. So be aware of the golf balls and how you're going to handle the purchasing and the paying of commissions and compensation and how all that works. And if you have any questions, you can rewind the video, go back and talk to me, or check descriptions. My name and number is in there as well. It was a pleasure seeing you on this video, and we will see you on the next one.